There's Dirty Cash, 30-foot Superboat Mercruiser powered. David Parath and Anthony Perry on board. Anthony the throttle man, Dave the driver. Now, Dirty Cash is a 30-foot Superboat. We had said there were only 2 Superboats in this race. Specialized Racing and USA, SuperboatUSA.com, but in fact there are 3. On the outside, there's Specialized Racing. And Suppin, Team Suppin on the outside. Dirty Cash, David Parath, the owner. Special thanks to MRD. Number 1 in P3. Other competitors in Performance 3, we got Team TKO. Other performance boats, Obsession, Cool Running, Boxer, Carrabba's Team Flight, Airtime, Wild Rose, another Bad Movement, Bacardi Silver, Bacardi out of the race. Offshore Addiction in Factory 1. We're going to go with Dirty Cash in P3. Dirty Cash, 30-foot Superboat. David Parath is the driver. Anthony Perry, the throttle man. They're from New York. Mercruiser powered 30-foot Superboat. Superboat, of course, built on Long Island, New York. Special thanks to everyone over at MRD, Marine Research and Development. This boat ran very well, and Cape Cod looks real good right now here in Savannah. Dirty Cash, Chances Are, and PowerboatTours.com, your competitors in P3. There's Patriot and Chicks Beach. They're still battling as they go around the turn. Patriot and Chicks Beach. A little bumpy out here in the Atlantic. No problem with these boats. Real battle going on here. Fourth stop on the APBA National Tour here in Savannah. Great city for a race and a great city for a little vacation. As we look downfield, there is Dirty Cash. Dirty Cash in Performance 3. 30-foot Superboat, Mercruiser powered. David Parath and Anthony Perry, driver and throttle man, aboard Dirty Cash. Special thanks to MRD. They took a second place in Cape Cod and a second in Savannah, currently in second place in the national point standings. Also a special thanks to the Apache Group. First in class, Dirty Cash. Bring it on, and Team TKO, other competitors in this class, P3. Round the turn. On board Dirty Cash. This is at the start. David Brath and Anthony Perry, driver and throttleman. "30-foot Superboat." Out for Justice on the outside. Out for Justice in P1. Dirty Cash in P3 on the inside. Nice throttling there by Anthony Perry, David Pratt, the driver. Both from New York. Powered by MRD. Are the results. First off, the winners in Super V, Nick Carter Racing in first place, followed by Media Master in second. A checkered flag for Nick Carter Racing in Super V. In Super V, Light Twin, Rodriguez Group coming out on top, followed by Pier 57 Stainless Marine. Wits Quality Foods bringing up third place. Rodriguez Group, your winner in Super V Light Twin class. In Super V Light, Odie Extreme in first, followed by Fury, we just saw a little while ago. High Noon Racing in third place. Odie Extreme in first place, the winner in Super V Light. In Factory 2 class, Harwich Concrete, we just saw them, we just took them to the finish line. Took a checkered flag there, followed by Team Donzi and R&S Offshore Racing in third. Harwich, the checkered flag in Factory 2 class. Well-deserved. They led all the way right from the green. In Factory 1 class, Team BRE, the winner, followed by H2O Motorsports and Typhoon in third. Team BRE, your winner in Factory 1 class. In Outlaw A, Mountain Dew coming out on top. Grumpy Men in second. Dan Carrera in third. Mountain Dew, the checkered flag in Outlaw A. And your winners in Performance 1 and 2. First off in Performance 1, Out for Justice in first place, followed by How Sweet It Is in second place. In Performance 2, your winner, Obsession. And in Performance 3, Dirty Cash, followed by Bring It On and Team TKO, Dirty Cash, the checkered flag in Performance 3. In Performance 4, the Bat Boat, followed by Cool Running and Miss Cigarette, the Bat Boat, getting the checkered flag in Performance 4. All right, after these two races in Cleveland, here are your national point standings as follows in the various classes. First off in Super V, Nick Carter Racing, Media Master, Phoenix Waste, and International Offshore. In Super V Light Single, Vortec Extreme, Fury, High Noon Racing, and Solarized. In Super V Light Twin, Pier 57, Stainless Marine, Hoods Quality Foods, Rodriguez Group, and Lucas Oil. In Factory 1, Typhoon, followed by Activator, Flashwave, H2O Motorsports, Chicks Beach Offshore, and High Energy Racing. Now, Typhoon had been in third place in Factory 1, moved all the way up to first place in the national point standings. In Factory 2, Team Donzi, followed by RNS Offshore Racing, Herbert Racing for a Cure, Harwich Concrete Block, Snap-on Talking Tools, and Total Marine. In that class, RNS Offshore Racing went from third, moving up to second. Herbert Racing now is in third place. And those are your national point standings in the respective classes after two races here in Cleveland. Great racing, but most of all, safe racing here at the Cleveland Offshore Grand Prix. Before we go, there are a few people that we would like to thank. First off, the entire staff of the APBA for orchestrating the fine event. Of course, Gary and Nancy Johnson for their fine camera work. Our helicopter pilot, Mr. Nick McMahon from McMahon Helicopter Services. This is Vince Lipari wishing you a fond farewell from Cleveland, Ohio. See you at the next APBA race in Corpus Christi, Texas.